So here we are, it is Tuesday, it's the last day of combining, so enjoying this sudden bit of heat. As you can see, it's spring oats, it's going in quite nicely. It's regenerative spring oats, as you can see from all of the works around us. This is HS2, right on the edge of HS2, so last year we weren't able to farm this because they were increasing the height of this pylon, but that work has now been completed, so we have this field back, and this isn't very good. I mean, it has been doing much better. There you go, it's been mid threes. I've had a little bit of trouble with my screen, so let's see if I can give it to you. So there you go, it's averaging 4.8, so that's pretty encouraging. So one noticeable thing about regenerative oats is, however, although it's short, it doesn't really seem to be affecting yields. It's very comparable to the regenerative fields with much higher biomass measurements. So quite encouraged by that. So good to see that a few years rest is paying off in this particular case. And yeah, here we go. This is a really short bit here. You can see right through to the base. Again, spring crop tram lines is a big issue. You can see through there, definite greening in the tram lines. It's a definite takeaway from this season. Really pleased that we're nearing the end of harvest 2021. It has been particularly challenging, and however, it's the end of a challenging year, so I'm quite pleased that we're getting to make some progress now. We get to start it all over again, of course, and hopefully we'll pick up on and make some improvements from the lessons we've learnt this year. Thank you very much for watching this year, and hopefully we've got more to learn next year. See you next time. Great view today. We're out on a neighbour's farm, just blowing in some Hobson stubble turnips for his mixed enterprise. He's a bit of a sheep farmer as well, and yes, it's with the coon arrow. So we pan across. There she is. It's going on at 7 kilos a hectare. This is at the edge of Wendover Woods, an AONB, area of outstanding natural beauty, and it really is quite an enjoyable way to spend an afternoon. I was worried about saying that because in fact the coon arrow is far from reliable, but actually so far things are going very well, sticking to the seed rates. So we're putting it on at 7 kilos a hectare, and we're travelling at about 12 kilometres now, so we're covering some area. It's a 30 hectare block, and I just want, whilst I was on, I just thought it would be a good opportunity just to talk about cover crops. Something that we've identified going forward is that with increasing amounts of spring wheat, even flexi wheat, we're probably going to have to do more broadcasting into standing crops in order that the cover crops have plenty of time to establish. It's quite difficult for us to cover all of our area as soon as, chasing the combine with our staffing as it is. So going forward, we're looking at doing more pre-harvest broadcasting in an effort to ensure that the 5-minute fallow as it is, or 30-second fallow, is achievable as much as possible. It's great when you cut the stubble and see the plant's already established and just waiting for sunshine. So that's something certainly we'll be looking at for next year. Evening everybody. I just wanted to stop in this field and just give you a sort of a catch up on this field. So this is X-rape, and really it epitomises what I was talking about earlier as far as just how fast we need to respond with a cover crop to capture as much daylight as we can. Fundamentally, that's what we are as farmers. We are here to capture sunlight, convert it into usable energy. So photosynthesis is our friend. And now this is the cover crop that I was drilling a couple of weeks ago, and it's a mix of mustard and buckwheat. It's also got some vetch in it. So I thought the yellow you can see is the mustard, and there's also some white that you can see around here. That's the buckwheat. So I just wanted to show you how far it's got to give you an impression of just how fast it can grow. I'm very pleased with it because of just how much biomass it's putting on. I mean, it is sort of up to my knee now, and you know, if we have a look inside, obviously there we go, some insect life moving around, which is really good. So we have the vetch here, so that's our legume fixing some nitrogen. The buckwheat is there for phosphate liberalisation, and really the mustard is there to soak up as much nitrogen and just fix it as and hold it and stop it leaching. We also have, this is rape stubble, so we have some volunteer rape. Also tillage radish in here, and I don't know if that's a tillage radish or a rape yet. It doesn't seem to have much of a base to it. So just to reiterate, what we're after is to get as much energy cycling through in the system as fast as we can. So beautifully sunny days that we're experiencing in September, the point is that it's a wonderful opportunity for us to grab sunlight energy. These plants fix it with their leaves, they pump exudates through into the soil and the system, feeding the flywheel that cycles carbon. So I was just caught, the attention was caught by that insect flying behind me. And that's the other thing. We are feeding the beneficials, something like the proportion of negative biology to positive as far as humanity is concerned is something like 1 to 200. So for every one bad insect or fungi, there's 200 good. It's around that sort of proportion. So realistically, to just feed the biology, get that flywheel going, whether it's above ground, whether it's or below ground, whether it's microbial or macrobial, we're just trying for as much diversity, as much energy in the system as possible. I'm really pleased with this crop because I've never planted a cover crop following oilseed rape. Really was concerned that the slugs would get on top of it. Not completely through the slug damage. I have to admit, I don't know when they're obviously here. We only moved them. We moved I think we had 2 stubble rakes in this field, so it's certainly not enough to hinder slug activity. The question will be, if we drilled this as a flexi wheat, sort of, let's say mid-November, whether that would be late enough and the slugs will have gone below ground, or whether we should really wait till the frost. So more challenges ahead as ever, but really pleased with the colour and the diversity of this field. See you next week.